It was so amazing meeting up with our friends. We haven't seen them in 5 years, so we wanted to do our best to show them the sights. We love having visitors, but it's not one big vacation. After all, we're still knee-deep in a renovation, and we can't take our eye off of it because something always seems to pop up. Things are moving along. I really hope we can do the big switch in a few weeks and move down here so they can begin working upstairs. Rob and I went through countless options and reduced it down to 12 colors we wanted to test out for the entire bottom floor. Welcome back to our renovation in Tuscany. If it's your first time joining us, take a look inside our villa and explore our previous videos at the top right. There were so many highs and lows this week. We've been keeping extremely busy juggling all aspects of our life, from friends to renovation duties. We're back in the car. It seems like I keep on giving you guys updates while we're on the way to one place or another, but these past couple of weeks have been pretty busy. We are going to be meeting our friends today that are visiting from Southern California, so we're super excited. Today we are on the way to Siena. We're going to be having just a little easy lunch and a walk about the town, the city center of Siena. It was so amazing meeting up with our friends. We haven't seen them in 5 years, so we wanted to do our best to show them the sights. This is the Piazza del Campo that has a rich history. It famously hosts the Palio, a horse race that takes place twice a year. We made it back to Querceto to enjoy a fabulous lunch at Locanda del Sole. The food was spectacular, as always, and we had such a great time talking and eating until we possibly couldn't take another bite. The weather was so amazing during September that we were able to enjoy a beautiful afternoon at the beach. We enjoyed a local beach club and had a nice dip after some serious sunbathing. We love having visitors, but it's not one big vacation. After all, we're still knee-deep in a renovation, and we can't take our eye off of it because something always seems to pop up. It was hectic investigating our stinky sewer in the morning, juggling work on the road, and trying to make time for our friends. These days have been full of constant highs and lows. In the middle of it all, Livio, our trusted construction worker, had to throw out his boots because they were so dirty from investigating the sewer issue. Things are moving along. I really hope we can do the big switch in a few weeks and move down here so they can begin working upstairs. But I can't make any promises to myself. If you've seen some of our previous videos, you'll see that I've been talking about placing a drop ceiling in this room in order to have beautiful recessed lighting. With the help of a lighting specialist, we carefully went over the positioning of the lights so that Andrea could begin placing the drywall. We had to take very careful consideration of each light because there would be no room for error. Once the position is set, they cannot be adjusted. All right, so this is a room we really didn't think was gonna get finished. It's been a long battle and a long road. We got the positioning of the lighting recently, so luckily they were able to start putting up the drywall on the metal structure that existed here before. So if you look over there, you'll see these are the spots where all of the recessed lighting will go. We have 5 along this wall over here. This will be a wall of cabinets. Then we have 6 along that wall. We were so precise on the positioning of these lights, making sure that everything was going to feel very uniform and it was going to make sense. We didn't want to have something misplaced. And it's not exactly that simple when you have to consider a bunch of elements that are going to go along this wall. After fiddling with it for about a day, and Andrea was extremely patient with me, we settled on the final positions of these 6 lights here. And we are actually gonna go take you to Milano to see the lights in person that we're considering for the recessed lighting that will go here, and also for the lighting that will go above here. So when we started thinking about this room and specifically the lighting, we knew that we wanted to do recessed lighting in here. That was something that was extremely important for us. And in order to do that, we had to drop the ceiling slightly. We dropped it about 10 centimeters to put in this drywall here. And instead of creating a structure that was very minimal in style, meaning it ended here and it went straight through the other wall, we decided to add this beautiful curved feature here. It took a little bit of time for us to really be sold on the idea because it was something that we haven't seen. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be too much or if it would be executed in the right way. But now that I see it here and also seeing all of the rounded arches that are in the hallway, I really think it was the right choice. It really softens the space. So now you can kind of understand that this is gonna be used as a living room here. As I was explaining to you, we're gonna be going to Milano for the recessed lighting and also for the lighting that will be in this particular area here. So we were thinking and looking at the mice circuit, which I think is a really smart solution to this space here because we didn't use a drop ceiling. It's track lighting, but it's done in plaster. After speaking with the specialist at Flows, we thought it'd be really, really beautiful to go ahead and do 2 semicircles here along this area. So the last really big missing piece for this entire area are the windows. We just have a shutter that's covering the window. It is September, however, it starts to change really quickly here and it gets pretty cold. I say by the end of October, early November, we're talking about temperatures that are pretty chilly. We're gonna need these windows. It's something that's really fundamental. We had been going around to get quotes for windows. There was some hope here and there that we were gonna get financing for a certain kind of window and redo everything. None of them seemed to really pan out. The latest one that we just got last week, the price was great and we were just gonna do some of the windows. The ones where we don't have any windows existing, which are of utmost importance to us for this winter. They were telling us that they wouldn't have the windows until February if we placed the order before September 15th. February is the coldest month, I think, here in Italy of the whole entire year. And the idea of not being able to have windows for that whole entire cold period in that winter, it was just something that we couldn't do. So I believe we found a solution. We found a supplier that is gonna be able to get us windows before Christmas, which I didn't think that was really gonna be my Christmas present for this year, but I'm so happy that that will be my Christmas present. I cannot tell you the amount of stress it was trying to get these quotes and trying to figure out when we were gonna be able to have these windows installed.
Great news! The 2 other rooms on the bottom floor are ready for paint. We have a small guest bedroom with green marble flooring, but we're not sure if we'll keep the black marble baseboard. It all depends on the color we choose. We can choose a neutral marble or even replace it with wood. And then we have a large room with dark, rich black marble flooring. We still haven't decided what this room will be, but it can be a dining room, office, or additional guest bedroom. This was originally the living room that existed on the bottom floor. What do you think we should convert it into? Let us know your ideas in the comments below. Rob and I went through countless options and reduced it down to 12 colors we wanted to test out for the entire bottom floor.
Here we go, we got the lineup here. We got a ton of colors, and we had to get the test sizes in this big format because otherwise the paint machine wouldn't do it properly.
We started with the bathroom and chose 2 warm toned colors.
The next one we got Capri Coast, which is a little bit more of a pinker kind of hue, quite nice, similar to the linen white, but this one's a little bit more yellow, a little more orange. This one will be a little bit more pink, so let's try it out. You should know this is our first time painting a house, so if you critique us, but we're trying our best, figuring it out as we go. Next one we got is a Navajo White, this time for the kitchen and the living room. It's a nice yellower kind of white, little sandy. See how it is. We're also gonna try the linen white, which we have in the bathroom. We'll try in here because it's a nice tone. And just to give us a few more options, especially since that blue one got messed up, have a little bit of different opinion because we really liked it in the bathroom. Let's see what it looks like in here as well.
We aren't quite sure which color we'll go with, so we would love to hear your suggestions in the comments below.
So for the dining room, guest bedroom, office, we have no idea what it is, but the room with the black marble tile, we wanted to go with something a little bit more dramatic. This is the color I love. There's another color that's really dramatic that Andrea loves, and this color is coriander seed. Again, we're trying to contrast the floor with a really beautiful color because we want it to, I don't think the floor to be the standout part. We want the room to feel very warm and unique. I think more unique than warm, but let's see. It's this nice brown color, nice and deep. I think I need to stir it a little bit. Looks like chocolate milk, chocolate pudding. This one's called Jojoba, and again, it's a pretty dramatic color. Oh gosh.
Whoa, love it.
There's black floors under here, I promise. From left to right, we have jojoba, coriander seed, and sea urchin. They're not completely dry yet, but we're starting to get a feel for how deep the tones are. Now for our last room. Remember, we have the green tile in here, so let's see how these swatches go. From left to right, we have jute, sea urchin, and Georgetown pink beige. Help us out and let us know which are your favorites, or if you think we missed a great color option, don't be afraid to shout out. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe to join us on this Italian adventure.